Welcome to this explainer. Today we're jumping right into Chapter 6 of our source material, and we're looking at how specialized hyper-converged infrastructure systems are fundamentally rewriting the rules of storage architecture. If you've been working with virtual machines for any amount of time, you already know the file system does the absolute hardest work in the stack. It's just quietly reading and writing every single byte. But today, we're looking at platforms that just took the traditional file system playbook and tore it up entirely. So let's kick things off with a slightly wild question. What actually happens when your file system swallows your entire data center? For decades, we just layered VMs on top of standard general-purpose file systems. But then flash storage came along, totally disrupted the I/O latency curve, and suddenly the bottleneck moved. So now we're stepping away from those traditional setups and moving into a massive paradigm shift. We're talking about purpose-built hyper-converged storage that lives right inside the hypervisor cluster itself. Real quick, here's our roadmap for today. We'll start with the broader HCI storage revolution. Then we'll unpack VirtualizFS and its global deduplication. After that, we'll look at Nutanix's layered approach, dive into AFD and Nutanix files, and wrap it all up with our specialized storage verdict. All right, let's dive into part 1, the HCI storage revolution. To really grasp why these proprietary challengers built their storage stacks from absolute scratch, you just have to look at the numbers. We are talking staggering 3.0 to 8.0x storage efficiency gains compared to your standard NTFS or XFS baselines. I mean, think about traditional storage arrays, SANs, NAS systems. They were built for the mechanical drive era, right? Huge monolithic controllers, super complex fabric networks. But modern HCI platforms realized that slapping a hypervisor on top of legacy gear was just a massive mismatch. So they pulled the storage layer internally to optimize every single byte for a flash-dominant world. On the baseline, raw file systems give you a standard 1.0x, but step up to Nutanix and boom, you hit a 2.0 to 5.0x multiplier thanks to inline deduplication, compression, and erasure coding. Go all the way to the top, and VirtualizFS is pulling a massive 3.0 to 8.0 gain using global deduplication. This isn't just a minor optimization. It's a fundamental transformation of how much actual physical hardware you need to buy. Moving right along to part 2, VirtualizFS, the global deduplicator. VirtualizFS is really positioning itself as a direct alternative in this post-VMware landscape we're all navigating right now. What makes it completely unique is its core architectural goal. Instead of isolating deduplication to just a single node or a specific volume, VirtualizFS treats the entire cluster as one giant deduplication index. Most platforms out there, they only look for duplicate data within a strict little boundary. VirtualizFS looks at every single byte across the entire cluster. So if two completely different tenants spin up the exact same Windows Server image, VirtualizFS only stores that physical data once. It's pretty wild. And the way it pulls this off is through 4 distinct capabilities, basically acting like a master library index for your cluster. First up, global inline deduplication. It hashes and checks every single write against that cluster-wide index. Second, this directly enables nested tenancy. It's kind of like a vSphere within vSphere model. Tenants get what looks like independent storage, but the physical hardware footprint is drastically shrunk down. Third, because everything is tracked globally, you get instant global snapshots. You can literally snapshot your entire cluster, every VM, every tenant, in one atomic operation. And fourth, all of this, including compression, happens inline, before the data even hits the disk. No sluggish post-process jobs to worry about. But hey, to be perfectly objective here, we have to talk about the trade-offs. On the plus side, absolutely. You get industry-leading efficiency, full environment DR, and a super clean bundled licensing model. But the flip side? Deep vendor lock-in. VirtualizFS is completely inseparable from Virg.io. You can't just run it on its own. Also, managing a truly global dedupe index requires some serious compute power, which means if you scale out to the extreme, that index can potentially become a performance bottleneck. It's a highly integrated, inseparable blob of compute and storage. Okay, part 3. Let's pivot over to Nutanix and their layered approach. If VirtualizFS is this inseparable monolith, Nutanix is kind of the ultimate modular Swiss Army knife. Instead of one big block, Nutanix uses a highly specialized layered approach. They didn't just build one file system technology and call it a day. They built a whole stack of components, each super optimized for its specific job, all talking to each other to present a unified storage fabric. And the best part, it works with whatever hypervisor you decide to run on top of it. At the heart of this is the controller VM, or CVM. This thing is the absolute brain of the operation. Picture this. On every single physical node in your entire cluster, there is a dedicated virtual machine running Nutanix's proprietary software. This CVM manages the local NVMe, SSDs, whatever you have, and links arms with all the other CVMs across the cluster. It ensures your storage is purely software-defined and totally node local at the physical layer. That's how it delivers incredibly fast access to the data on your specific host. Now, working quietly underneath that CVM is NDFS, the Nutanix Distributed File System. To your hypervisor, it just looks like a standard NFS data store or SMB share, nice and simple. But under the hood, it is doing some serious heavy lifting. Instead of relying on legacy RAID, NDFS uses a replication factor. So with RF2, every block of data gets replicated to 2 different nodes. And if you want to save some space but keep that resilience, it supports erasure coding, which converts replicated data into parity stripes and drastically cuts down your capacity overhead. Let's move into part 4, AFD and Nutanix files. We definitely need to clear up some industry confusion here, because Nutanix has 2 components that sound really similar but do very different things. If you read their docs, you'll see AFD mentioned everywhere. But AFD isn't a file system. Think of it as a VIP fast pass lane. It's a kernel-level driver that literally lets the CVM bypass the hypervisor traffic jam entirely. The CVM gets exclusive, direct access to the local physical drives. This is the secret sauce for how Nutanix hits bare metal sub-millisecond drive performance, whether you're running their AHV hypervisor, ESXi, or Hyper-V. Nutanix Files, on the other hand, is a totally separate product. NDFS handles the back-end block and object storage, right? Well, Nutanix Files sits on top of all that as a full enterprise scale-out NAS. It provides SMB and NFS file services straight to your users and apps. And honestly, this is huge. Because it runs on top of the HCI platform, those regular user file shares instantly inherit all the great deduplication, compression, and replication features we just covered. You don't even need to go buy a separate NAS appliance. But again, let's balance the scales. Nutanix gives you incredible flexibility across hypervisors and a unified platform for block and file. It's brilliant, but that brilliance has a hardware tax. Running that CVM demands a hefty chunk of your node's resources. You're typically looking at 8 to 12 virtual CPUs and 16 to 32 gigs of RAM per node, just swallowed up to manage storage. And yeah, much like VirtualizedFS, you're buying into deep proprietary lock-in and a premium initial licensing cost. And finally, part 5, the specialized storage verdict. When we bring these 2 head-to-head, it's clear they bypass traditional storage limits in fundamentally different ways. You're really choosing between 2 brilliant but contrasting philosophies here. VirtualizedFS gives you an inseparable, globally indexed ecosystem. It wants to be your entire stack, offering you unmatched global dedupe and one unified management pane. Nutanix, though, is all about that adaptable, layered stack. It doesn't care which hypervisor you use. It just drops its CVMs into your nodes and orchestrates everything with incredible flexibility. So I'll leave you with this final thought. As you look at these massive efficiency gains, up to 8 times what a traditional file system can pull off, which architectural paradigm shift makes the most sense for the future of your data center? Do you desperately need the extreme efficiency of a global index? Or are you looking for the hypervisor-agnostic flexibility of a layered stack? Figuring out these underlying mechanics is really the key to designing infrastructure that doesn't just survive today's data landscape, but actually thrives in it. Thanks for hanging out with me for this explainer, and keep learning.